Whoa! Good evening, everyone, and welcome to day 29 of my Ghoulish Terror Reviews, Season 2. Tonight I'll be reviewing the 2016 movie, The Barn. The Barn is directed by Jackson and Seaman and written by Jackson and Seaman. And then it has a runtime of 88 minutes. And it's one of these so-called horror comedies. And it stars Mitchell Mussolino as Sam, Will Stott as Josh, Lizzie Drips as Michelle, Cortland Woolen as Chris, Nikki Howell as Nikki, Nicholas Joshua as Russell, Lena Quingley as Miss Barnard. Of course, she was in such movies like Return of the Living Dead, and she also has a short scene in Silent Deadly Night. She's the one that, gets topless and she gets impaled on the reindeer horns. That was a pretty cool scene. Aldi Lehman as Dr. Rock, Ryman Nogri as Sherry Garlett, David Hampton as George, James Wilden as Mr. Daniels, Jackson and Seaman as Bogeyman, and Rick Bullock as Preacher. Like I mentioned, this is a 2016 movie, and the plot is this film is set on Halloween night, 1989, and it follows two teenage friends that end up accidentally resurrecting a deadly curse. All friends that George wants is to have fun on Halloween and raise some mischief before they graduate from high school next year. They decide to go to a concert, only for detail to result in discovering a deserted barn. However, unbeknown to them, the barn they come across has a deadly curse attached to it, and soon the teen find herself at the mercy of three monsters: the Boogeyman, Harold Jack, and the candy corn Scarecrow. Okay, what I really like about this film, that's starting with prose. I didn't mind the acting from the main actors. I mean the characters, Josh, Sam, Michelle, and they did well in their roles. They're the three that wanted to have fun and went on trick and treat into the town they came across. Not knowing the horrors that's about to enter the town, which are the three monsters. The Boogeyman, Howard Jack, and the candy corn scarecrow. It was actually cool seeing Lena Quigley in this film, even though she just has a small role. But it's always good seeing her. And she has a cool death scene. And talking about death scenes, this movie has a lot of death in this movie. Surprising at the very start of the movie. I have not really seen these too often. This little girl and her friend, knock on the barn door and she's killed by the Boogeyman. See, something I don't normally see in a horror movie, see a child get killed. And cut to 30 years later, where our first death goes to Nikki. We see her arm get cut off, and later on we see her impaled like a scarecrow. I like the Dent Massacre, where most of the townsfolk who decide to go to these this so-called dance all get killed by the Boogeyman and the candy corn scarecrow and Howard Jack. They all get stabbed, disemboweled. Another cool thing. Of course, our second death goes to Russell. He's driven off to explore the barn. And he's cornered by the Boogeyman. I want to see his head, decapitated. You know what the Boogeyman was doing to him. I like how each of the monsters look in this film. The Boogeyman looked like a miner. Of course, you've got Howard Jack, which is basically a jack-o'-lantern, and the candy corn scarecrow. They look all pretty cool, and most of the puppetry work and the effects for them are all pretty cool. The death, of the deaths and stuff. I also like how the Boogeyman turned out to be an actual demon. And a lot happened to him. Like the rest of the monsters, how they happened to him. The movie had decent musical. Sits the film nicely, I thought. Particularly the Dent Massacre. I found it all well written and well directed. So editing and pacing. Now on to the cons. Even though I like this film, there was just some things I thought they could have sped it up a bit. The scene where they're going to the looks like a roller skating ring, you know. That could have been reduced down. And some of the driving at the daytime where they were going could have easily, you know, toned down a bit as well. Just to get some of the pacing going. One major goof. I'm not 100% sure if it's the game I saw in the background in the roller skating ring. There is two games, you know, hooked up together. I'm pretty sure this game was released in '93. And here it is in the background. I am totally certain it was the Turner USA. Whoever set up that scene don't even know what they're doing. They probably thought the game was from the, you know, from the 80s. Because this movie must be set in 89. And here is a game that looks like from the early 90s in the background. And there's just more than one. I can't understand what the other ones were, but they definitely didn't look like he gained his respect from the 80s. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Has a great Halloween feel to it. I like the acting. I like the look of the monsters. The great kills, particularly that, you know, the dance massacre. You know, I love the puppetry work. I love the, you know, effects and stuff. Great music they use in this film. Even I mentioned, the story is great. Really. And there's apparently a sequel coming to this. Because you can get to the end of the film before the credits come up, we'll see these demon-like hands come up, and we see Josh and Sam about to attack, and then the credits come. Take like maybe the sequel will probably start there. Apparently, by looking at an internet movie database, is where this movie comes out, which is next year. Now to rewatchability. Will I ever rewatch this again? Yes, I wouldn't mind, you know, pick these up on DVD or Blu-ray, whatever I can find. Definitely something I'll add to my horror movies. If I recommend it, well, by looking at, you know, the whole community, which is, you know, the horror man, horror nightmares, Hobbs, Bronco Gigolo, but all in this film. So, yeah, recommend it. Now to my score. Well, I'll get the Bond. An 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie. Had fun from it. So it was an 8 out of 10 for me. Okay, that's it for day 29 on my 31 days of Ghoulish Tale reviews. 2 more days of Halloween. My goodness, how's this month fly by? Man, long to know it's gone. Oh well, that's enough for me babble on, but nothing. Okay, I'll wish you all good luck, take care, and if you're new to my channel, comment, like, and subscribe. Until then,